Everyone, this is Group 9. My name is Kasha Alvin Sali, and we'll be taking you through a PowerPoint presentation concerning our project. We are doing generative attention-based mechanisms with knowledge distillation for fake currency detection. And then for the abstract, we do realize that counter currency threatens financial security up to date, and traditional methods were evolved to detect such fake currency where they used UV light manual inspection, but then this has led to struggles with advanced forgeries. So a proposed solution is coming up with AI-driven model combining vision transformers, GANs, and knowledge distillation to enhance feature learning, classification, accuracy, and robustness. The introduction and background. Counterfeit currency detection is critical for financial security. As I had said, up to date, traditional methods fail against sophisticated forgeries just because they were deployed back in the days. And when I talk about sophisticated forgeries today, people have managed to come up with forgeries that tend to be or seem to be the actual money or the actual banknotes. And then, of course, traditional methods have failed to mitigate this problem. So we've devised to come up with machine learning, which offers accuracy and automation, and advances in AI in order to enable pattern cognition and fraud detection in order to cap down this problem of counterfeit currency. So some of the algorithms or models will be implementing the machine learning model. We have vision transformers, graph attention networks, generative adversarial networks, and knowledge distillation. I'll be taking you through some of them, and then my colleague will come in along the way, and then he will come to a consensus of the presentation. Starting off with vision transformers. So vision transformers are taking images as inputs. And then after taking in images as inputs, as you can see from here, they come up with patches that are fed into the encoder. And this encoder uses these patches to compare the images, the actual images that were fed into the model. Then after that, I go to the generative adversarial networks. These have two sub models. One is called the generator, and it actually creates the synthetic fake currency in our topic of context. And then the second one is the discriminator. So the generator develops a fake sample, then assigns it to the discriminator. Then it's up to the discriminator to distinguish the real from the fake. And this it's usually used in cases where we have scarce data sets. So you could think of, in our context, we had scarce counterfeit data. Then I will allow my colleague to take you through from here. Thank you very much.
Good evening. My name is Gabriel Salim, and I'll be here to take you through the remaining mechanisms that we shall be working on in our project of study. So now, first of all, talk about the graph attention networks. Of course, this one has a target node, which is then connected to other nodes of interest depending on what you're working on. For example, in the counterfeit currency detection, of course, we can be having other nodes, something as the security features such as holograms, watermarks, and other features. So it's from this point whereby the nodes of interest are connected to other nodes, and we use the attention function. Of course, it's not like in the traditional methods whereby we're using the graph convolution networks, which were using weights instead of the attention function. Then from there, we'll talk about a knowledge distillation. Of course, in that knowledge distillation, we are having two models. We are having the teacher model and the student model. The teacher model, it's most of the time it's inaccurate, and it's because of this that we have to train a student model, which will use limited, but of course, data relevant to the teacher model, to make sure it has precise and accurate information. For example, let's say in our field of study, we shall be having, we can have a master model, like the teacher model, which will take in samples of counterfeit and real fake notes. And then we shall also train a student model, and this student model will be using data from the master model or the teacher model. But of course, for it to be for it to be having a lot of accuracy and to be using less data compared to the teacher model. So one advantage of it, it reduces power consumption and inference time. Like I was saying, it's accurate and takes out of it takes less time compared to where one uses the teacher model alone. Then we shall go through the research trends that are taking place in the field of counterfeit detection. Of course, we are having CNNs, which are convolutional neural networks. These ones are also work like VITs, like how my colleague had said. They work like VITs, but for these ones, they have one major problem of they cannot do long range dependencies. What do I mean by long range dependencies? We know that VITs, for them, they can analyze a picture and see the patches, analyze the patches of the picture, and then compare those patches with the original image that was given to it. So this is a disadvantage to the CNNs because for them they can do that. And then another trend is the multimodal learning models. Of course, these ones, as the name sounds, multimodal, it takes in different models. For example, images, textures, sound, and these ones enhance detection. For example, fake money and real money have different differences. For example, the image of the fake money is more way different from that of the real money, and the texture, of course, the texture is also different from that of the real money, and the sound, depending on the edges and the printer that was used, the sound is also not the same. So it's because of this that we combine all these models to come up with a multimodal learning algorithm that combines all these. Then another one, you have the transfer learning. The transfer learning, of course, this one improves model accuracy because for it uses fewer training samples. And then the problem statement, if I'm to sum it up, all the problem statement, we are working under the project in the context of fake counterfeit, fake notes currency detection. Of course, we know we've faced this problem in Uganda, for example, the Post Bank. It was robbed 500 million of counterfeit money because of limited systems that were used. And this is where we come in to solve this problem with improved deep learning mechanisms and machine learning mechanisms. So the application problem of this is the counterfeiting bypassing traditional verification methods like using V-Light, UV light, and manual detection. Of course, these are problems. We can't detect fake money nowadays with our naked eyes. And then the technical problems, of course, we are having high dimensional image data sets, and need for efficient deep learning models to prevent overfitting. Thank you. That's our presentation.